Race start on ice.
That was awesome.
That's something I've never experienced before.
Oh man, that was great. Hi, I'm Brian Cotter, and today we're in a blizzard in Crested Butte, Colorado, and we're here to learn about the all-new AMG GT63 with product manager Kevin Wild. We're going to take this car for a drive and put it through its paces at the AMG Experience ice driving program. Let's see how fast we can get through these features so we can get on track as soon as possible. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Brian.
Good to see you.
Happy chilly morning.
Yeah, very chilly morning. Excited to be here though. Yeah. See the GT and driving on an ice track.
I know, isn't that incredible? Never done that before, so first for everything.
First time for me too.
So here we have the all-new second generation GT.
And it looks great. It's a cool color. It looks incredible from the side profile. Yeah. Long nose, short deck. It's got all the DNA of AMG GT, just a little bit refined from the old generation.
Exactly, yeah. It's a little bit of an evolution. We're not trying to rewrite the playbook here.
Yeah, it looks great. So the front of the car, we have a nice long hood, and we've got the AMG specific grille, which I love. It looks like our GT3 race cars.
It's bringing a lot of that kind of heritage and racing perspective to our actual road vehicles, and that's being tied definitely with this vehicle as well. We've got these aggressive power domes on the hood, like you said, the AMG specific grille. The funny thing is that people think that we've actually made the car a little bit smaller, but in reality, we've actually made the car longer, wider, taller.
How much wider and why? What's the advantage of that for me as a driver?
It's a 2.5 inches wider. Having that wider car, you're gonna have better grip at the front of the vehicle, especially when you're in track conditions and out here in the snow. You're gonna need that extra width to make sure you got optimal grip.
I understand this is all-wheel drive now, so I'm sure that'll be helpful when we're out on the track in a little while.
So that's the actual funny thing is, yes, it is a 4MATIC system on this car, but the interesting thing is that it is rear-wheel biased. There's actually a mode in the car called drift mode, where you lock it into 100% rear-wheel drive only. So if you want to take the car sideways through a corner, you definitely can.
That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun.
Absolutely.
I might have to give that a try. At the front of the car, we've got these cool headlights. What can you tell me about that design element?
We call this a 3 light dot design.
Okay.
And when we take a look at the rear of the vehicle, you'll see that there's some commonality there as well. Of course, we've actually now incorporated digital light into our light design.
Yep, very cool. I can definitely see the DNA transfer from the prior gen to this headlight design too, which is appreciated.
If we take a look here at the front of the vehicle, there's a lot of aerodynamic elements that we have here underneath the car that you actually really can't see. Underneath here, underneath the engine bay, there's an aerodynamic profile that around 60 miles per hour drops down by 1.5 inches. This creates what's called a Venturi effect. And what this does, it's kind of like Formula 1 technology where it sucks the vehicle down to the ground so that when you're driving on a racetrack, it's giving you more grip and better handling, and it's tied to all of the aerodynamics of the vehicle.
It's always neat when you see Formula 1 technology make it to a street car.
Everything at the front of the vehicle is aerodynamically optimized for racing.
Very cool. That means you must have a lot at the back to keep a balanced aerodynamic profile.
Oh, absolutely. Let's go take a look. Here at the rear of the vehicle, we have the integrated spoiler that's deployable into 5 different positions depending on what speed you're going or manually deployed. We also have our diffuser here at the bottom, integrated with our iconic trapezoidal exhausts for our V8 vehicles. And we also have this brand new design of a rear taillight system.
Yeah, these taillights look really cool. When I first saw them in a picture, I thought it was a nice smooth piece of plastic over it, but it's actually a 3-dimensional taillight element. It's really an interesting design.
Absolutely, and it keeps that 3 light dot design that we have at the front of the vehicle in the rear of the vehicle as well.
Well, that all sounds great. It's really cold out. I'm looking forward to seeing the interior of the car next.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so here we are. What do you think?
It looks great. It's a high-tech interior. It's so different than the old GT. The old GT had this large center console with lots of buttons on it. Here we really have what looks like a very digital-first interface.
This design is what we call our hyper-analog design, to where it is a little bit more of a digital ecosystem. But yes, we have this now centralized 11.9-inch display where that's where you control the functionality primarily with the vehicle. And then it's also the same with our 12.3-inch driver display. We've got those sun visors on there as well to help reduce glare and tie everything together to be a little bit more driver-oriented experience at the steering wheel.
Cool. Well, One of the things I like the most about AMG products is when they have the AMG drive unit. It's always really neat to cycle through all the different modes, and there's so many different things that you can use to customize the experience, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The dial on the left is customizable. You can change the shortcut keys to whatever you like. And then also with that right dial, yes, you just switch to whichever mode you want your vehicle to be in. There's actually a AMG performance page where we actually get to see the vehicle and also your revs and your actual throttle position.
Very
so
cool.
Go ahead, rev the car.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So there's actually a lot of different screens that we can cycle.
Kevin, we're in Colorado. We've got an ice track just a few minutes away. Why don't we ride over and talk about this when we get over there?
Doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
All right, let's do it. All right, so now we're on the road in the GT, and the conditions are a little bit of a whiteout, let's say, but we've got studded tires on our car, and we're heading to an ice track, so hopefully things clear up a little bit before we get there. When it comes to driving this car, it's got a lot of grunt. It sounds really great. Just tell me everything I need to know, I guess.
So the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo engine that we have produces 577 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. So great numbers on the vehicle. It can get 0 to 60 even better than the previous generation GT.
Can it really? Wow.
Yeah, it can do it in 3.1 seconds.
Yeah, that's quick.
Which we're getting close to that sub 3 seconds, so you know that's going to be booking it.
That is a definition of a supercar. So
yeah. We've been driving here for a couple of miles now. What are your thoughts compared to the previous generation?
The whole driving experience, it feels more comfortable. It feels more capable in very cold temperatures, which we're in right now. And we've been driving on snow and ice, which is something you wouldn't even be able to imagine with the old generation GT.
That's the really cool thing about the car, is just how dynamic it is now. We've turned the GT into a very well-rounded supercar for you to drive.
And speaking of comfortable, it doesn't lack any amenities on the inside. There's really no compromises when it comes to comfort.
There's been no sacrifices made on the vehicle. We're just giving you more of everything.
We're getting close to the track, and the whole setup is pretty cool. It's part of the AMG Experience, which are a series of events that we put on around the US, and this program's on ice. I'm curious, have you done any of our programs before?
I have actually never done any of them.
Well, this should be a really great experience again. It's something that you will forget anytime soon. Oh, it sounds so good. This is a very powerful car on a very slick surface.
You're not even in drift mode yet.
Oh no, you don't want that.
Now, Brian, you've driven the previous generation GT. Could you imagine doing this in the previous generation?
No. The power being routed to the front axle definitely has a positive impact on my confidence to power through a few more turns than I would in the old car.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing with our 4MATIC Plus system, is that it's able to send the power where it's needed.
So that's a rear-biased all-wheel drive system. Yep. I'm curious what the power split is front to rear.
It only ever sends up to 50% to the front, and it can send up to 100% to the rear depending on the situation. It can also fluctuate from right or left as well. Do you ever take the opportunity to have customers go at each other head-to-head?
We do. We have a few different competitions, and we actually give out prizes for them.
Brian, are you up for a challenge?
Hey, I'm always down for a challenge. It would only be right, since we have this track all to ourselves, why don't we give it a shot so you could do the fastest lap time?
I'm up for having some fun, so let's do it.
So as you can see, conditions aren't as favorable as we'd like them to be for today's competition.
You could say that again.
Yep, but we're going to send it anyway. So the rules of the competition are, we're going to be driving the AMG GT63 two-door. We're going to be starting from a fixed position. And from there you launch, you do one full lap, come all the way back around, and you got to stop inside the box. All right. If you don't stop inside the box, if you go too far, you got to put it in reverse, back all the way back up, and then stop in the box. All right, is that all clear?
Yeah,
it's fair to me.
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah, I'll do it.
Hey, have fun.
All right, thanks, man.
You know, I mean, if anyone knows that car, it's Kevin, since he's the product manager. Gotta say.
I know, Brian looks nervous.
Or is that just cold?
I might have a distinct disadvantage.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. Nice start. Yeah, nice. Yep, stay tight to the inside here. Beautiful.
A good drift over in turn 2.
Down, slow her down. Get the car rotated to the right. Now power to the right, yep. Yeah, there you go, perfect. That brake box is coming up.
Holding the brake, holding the brake.
It's tougher than it looks.
Yeah, very much so.
Slightly through the box, and 1 minute and 26 seconds. That's a solid lap time, I gotta say.
That was great.
So I'm gonna throw it into snow mode.
Put it in valet mode.
Oh man, how about transport mode?
Yeah.
Nice job, Kevin.
Alrighty.
How was that?
That was awesome.
Did you have fun?
I did.
All right.
I told him I wouldn't tell you, but you better check your settings.
In 5, 4,
Keep your eyes over there to the left. Beauty, that was close.
That was very close.
Ooh, ooh. I wonder if that means it's gonna slow him down.
Okay, now gas. There we go.
22, 23, 24.
Yeah, nice job.
In the stop box, I want to point this out.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Did that mean I beat him? I think I beat him. Brian, there's
What?
no other way to tell you this, but
I think I beat you. Ah,
by 2 seconds. But dude, great job though.
that was a lot of fun.
I saw you going sideways out there. It looked great fun.
A lot of sideways. Thought I was gonna have a moment, but yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Had an awesome time. Well, would you ever think to do that in a GT?
Now I would,
I
yeah.
don't know about you, but I'm still cold.
Want to keep driving?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.